The holidays can be stressful for any family, especially those who have or are going through divorce. Audra Petrolle from Rose Law Group is here to tell us some do's and don'ts to keep the season merry.
So definitely avoid discussing politics. Obviously, the last few months have been super polarizing for our entire nation, let alone your own microcosm of your family. So if you guys don't see eye to eye on certain political issues, I would say totally steer clear of politics. It's not worth the tension or the collateral impact to your children.
Okay, let's admit that it's a natural reaction that sometimes we tend to keep score. We'll think of like, well, you did this to me and you did this to me. That's maybe not the greatest environment for the holiday gathering, right? How can we kind of like avoid that?
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh, it's a tough, but I mean, don't ever let your past dictate your. You can't live in the past. We all have to move on. We have to move forward. We have to rebuild our lives, especially after a loss like divorce or just a co-parenting dispute in general. Could feel a great sense of loss, and if you live in the past, you'll never make it to your future. It's just not worth it.
Maybe at Christmas Day is not the day we want to talk about renegotiating any terms that we've set ahead of the new year. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the holiday time is a really special time for you and your family, and you don't want to inject anything that could sort of bring up negativity between you and your former partner, especially around the children on the holidays. You should definitely reserve those issues for your legal counsel like us. We're always here to help you anytime you need us, and it will just really make it more easier to digest for the other person if you go through your attorney a lot of times.
Yep. Make an event or a special time to count the blessings. There can be a lot of pain associated with divorces, and with the kids, it's really hard to process a lot. So maybe just taking a minute to sit together and focus about what we have to be grateful for and what's going right so we can
Yes.
have that perspective out.
I totally agree. I think gratitude is such an important thing. And I think it helps facilitate healthy relationships too, right? Even gratitude for the past with your former spouse or your former partner, whatever it is, for as much as we say don't bring the past into your present, at the same time, try to remember the positive things and focus on the reasons that you loved one another or at least had a good relationship to help facilitate your co parenting.
Communicating calendars and scheduling and making a plan B and C.
Obviously, planning and timing is always a sensitive issue when you're talking about the holidays. Everybody wants to have time with the kids, so it's definitely advisable to have it in writing. Most people do in their parenting plans, but if you don't, communicate by email. Make sure you have the calendar, the specific days, the specific exchange times written down between the two of you so that there are no last minute fights or issues. And always have a backup plan. If you guys have some sort of issue, have a plan for working it out and be cooperative.
Yes, that part especially. Just sharing that calendar communication can make all the difference. And of course, it's important to be civil.
If you put something in writing, make sure, or no matter what, how you say it, communicate as though you're speaking to a judge or a member of the court staff always, because everything that is in your paper trail is ultimately going to go in front of the court. And you always want to present as the more reasonable party kind of thing, or the most reasonable party as you can.